Black people are sick and tired of not getting the same opportunities as white people. They've been marching, rallying, protesting, anything but work. I never understood white people who talk like they're black. Straight up! They all got the same story, don't they? They grew up around black people. So, we grew up with a bunch of Hmong kids and Vietnamese kids. We don't sound like casinos. Dang, 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 ping, ding, 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 ding. White people's lives are not as easy as people think. We have problems too, okay? Like I drank a bottle of champagne that was past its expiration date. That didn't feel good. Shelf lives matter. My kids are at that age where they don't really appreciate you. Like honestly, I don't think my kids even like me. I just hope by the time they're all grown up, they don't find me.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope all's good wherever you are. I posted a video, a comedy video of this gentleman here, Quinn, and I got lots of comments from everybody to do more of this, that it was nice to finally laugh again, that we're at a place with Trump being in office, that we were actually allowed to laugh and have a good time. So I decided, why not showcase some more conservative comics on the channel here and there. So here's part 2 of our boy, Quinn. All his links are in the description down below. Go check the guy out. He's hilarious. Let's get it.
Some stereotypes are just true. Like Mexicans have a lot of kids, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. I saw a Mexican lady get yelled at because she brought 8 kids to the DMV. She was so upset, she quit. I got death threats after a comedy club I played with a bunch of Jews in the audience. Just because I said, please, tip the waitstaff. People who hate Trump really hate him, don't they? I've never heard people talk like this before. I hope he dies in a fire! I hope his whole family dies in a fire! I hope all those motherfuckers burn in hell! Now, please turn your Bibles to Psalms. This is how bad bullying was when I was growing up. I remember there was this kid in a wheelchair he controlled with his mouth because he couldn't even move his limbs. And these evil little bastards let him bully me. Illegal immigrants get cash, free cell phones, free apartments, free health care. I'm a tax-paying citizen. I don't get free health care. I went to the doctor and he asked if I had insurance. You know what I told him? Okay. There's a lot of weirdos in my neighborhood. Guy came to my door, told me he's a registered sex offender. I said, I'm sorry, I don't have any kids. Why don't they push more diversity in sports? Like, why aren't more Mexicans in the NBA? They might not have the height, but they got the numbers. Think about it. If Juan gets injured, there's another Juan just like him. At least let them be the referees. They don't even need a whistle. Why aren't more Asians in the NFL? They were born for collisions. When I was 8, I was molested by a party clown. Yeah. I was like, you lied to me. That's not a balloon animal. When I was growing up, bullies kept people in check. I got kicked off my high school football team for what they now call fat shaming. But look, if you're 300 pounds of flab, your guts hanging out of your shirt, and you get winded just walking onto the field, you should not be a cheerleader. I got no problem with trans people. I never have. In fact, when I was a little girl, one of my best friends is trans, and I love him like a sister, okay? He has been through a lot, but you know what? It made him the man he was before. But he's gotten so sensitive. The other day he got offended just because I made a joke about him being trans. I said, wow, you've changed. There's always someone who gets offended. Like one time I did a joke about smelly vaginas. And this lady goes, not funny. I said, hey, if you don't like it, wash it. China just deployed the first robot police officers. like real RoboCops. The biggest difference from the Chinese human cops is each robot has a different face. My dad's best friend from childhood is here tonight, Vietnam veteran. John, would you stand up for just a second, man? John, stand up. That is a real combat veteran from Minnesota, not a fake one like Tim Walz.
You said that you carried weapons in war, but you have never deployed actually in a war zone.
Those weapons of war that I carried in war, I deployed in support of Operation Enduring Freedom.
That's the toughest guy I know. He once told me, Quinn, I've been shot at, held hostage, poisoned, but you know what? That's just marriage.
Cooking Tim Walz should be done on a daily basis by all of us. The man is a moron. Guys, if you don't mind, stop it right here. But if you don't mind just smashing that thumbs up button for your boy, that goes a long way into helping me out. Also, if you're not yet subscribed and this is not your first time here and you enjoy these videos, maybe this could be the video that I earn your subscription. Comment down below also which one of these clips made you laugh the most. I really am partial to the Shelf Lives Matter one. That one got me, I'm not gonna lie. Let's get back to it.
Life is all about perspective. Like sometimes I worry I don't have enough followers on Instagram, and I see pictures of those starving kids in Africa with the distended bellies and the flies on their face, and I think, man, they don't have any followers. I try to be open to all cultures and ethnicities. I recently went to an Ethiopian restaurant, but they had a little roach problem. They ran out. Women think all men are the same. I dated one gal with really bad trust issues because her ex-husband cheated on her. I said, I promise I will never marry you. People ask my opinion on illegal immigrants. The problem is the criminals. We need to round them all up like a bunch of stray dogs and kick their asses out of our government. When I was only 7 years old, a neighbor lady diddled my balls. So I have a lot of shame and guilt, because I never thanked her. And when I was only 7 years old, a neighbor lady diddled my balls. So I have a lot of shame and guilt, because I never thanked her. And getting laid is tricky. You can't rush it. I asked one girl if I could stick it in. She's like, can I call you back? How many kids you got, man?
2 boys, 43 and 47.
Okay, 43 boys, 47 girls. How'd you guys meet? Did you meet in Fontana?
We met up with your cruising.
You been on a cruise?
Back in the day.
Oh, everything has a different meaning with Latinos. I was like, you been on a cruise? Like, no, we're cruising. What kind of
We had a dad.
We had a man. Do you remember a lot about that? So that's how you met. He's like, you're basically coming with me. Wait, is this a fan? Why do you call this an auction? You know you're free to leave, right? Well, let's find out from him his version of the story. Oh, we missed. Well, play again, sir. It says he sounds whiter than me. Oh, I'm blowing legs. The Cleveland Guardians used to be the Cleveland Indians. But Cleveland doesn't even have those kind of Indians. Should be the Cleveland Tech Support is what it should be. Mexicans aren't offended by the Cleveland Browns. Native Americans aren't offended by the Kansas City Chiefs. Black people aren't offended by the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm not sexist. I just think men and women have different strengths and weaknesses. Like only a woman can simultaneously talk on the phone, do her makeup, hold a baby, and crash a car. I'm extremely jealous and protective of her. Like if another guy so much as her. You never know who you're going to offend. I was talking to a buddy of mine, you know, he's a big Trump supporter, like from the South. I made the mistake of using the word Oriental. I was talking to some Oriental guy. He goes, "Ooh, Quinn, seriously? Oriental? You don't talk to them." I dated a fat girl for a while. She was very sensitive. One time I was talking about sex and she was like, "Do you mind? We're eating." Then one time she was eating and I was like, "Do you mind? We're having sex." White people's lives are not as easy as people think. We have problems too, okay? Like I drank a bottle of champagne that was past its expiration date. That didn't feel good. Shelf lives matter. Mexicans drink a lot. It's not a big deal for them. Like if a Mexican guy drinks till he passes out, they don't tell him to get help. They tell him to pull over. Are you Asian? What kind? That sounds bad. The Philippines, yeah, right on, man. How'd you guys meet?
Off of a dating site.
Oh yeah? What was it?
No, I came here when I was 2.
Holy
Father served for our
So the shipping was cheaper. Are you Filipino too?
No.
Oh, okay. Chinese Mexican. That's what you are, actually. That's a Filipino. You are her. Chinese Mexican. What's your name, Maria Kim? What's your name, by the way? Chinese Mexican. What's that? Ruth. Oh, you wanted to get into the workforce, huh? Where were you born, it seems like? Calexico, California. Okay. All right. I know it. And then how'd you meet him? Was he down there patrolling the border? You look like a cop. How'd you guys meet for real? So you were from Calexico, right?
Yes, we met at Toys R Us.
You met at Toys R Us? Whoa, you guys like them young, dude. Well, how are you doing? Welcome back. Just so you know what's going on, these guys are human traffickers.
It is true that it is nice to be at a time that we can freaking laugh again without the left censoring everything or trying to take a moral high ground. As somebody who's a big fan of stand-up comedy, I enjoyed putting this little thing together. I hope you all enjoyed. My favorite stand-up comedian of all times, Norm Macdonald, and it's not even close for me. There's a ton of great ones out there. I'm a big Chappelle fan, but nobody, in my opinion, touches Norm Macdonald. But I really enjoyed this Quinn Dale fellow. If you enjoy him as well, consider subscribing to the channel, help it grow. Leave a thumbs up on the video. I appreciate each and every one of you that show up here every day, every week, every month. Peace out, everybody, and I will catch you all in the next one. Take care.